This is the second live for January 31st, 2025. We're discussing cybersecurity one-on-one. We have completed this is the end of our first week. So people have been asking a lot of questions about the course. I wanted to have this second live today just to give everybody an opportunity who missed the first live to come in, say hi, talk about the class, any questions that they may have. I wanted to give them an opportunity to ask it. So yeah, this is the second live. I am J Byte Bank. I have this account here, talk a lot about cybersecurity, finances, real estate, things of that nature. Again, this is going to be an opportunity for everybody who's in the cybersecurity one-on-one class through HimmenTop. Wanted to give them a second opportunity to join for today. And yeah, just ask any questions that they may have. So if you have any questions, if you see anything, definitely type up something for me. Until then, I'm just going to start yapping until more people get into the room. I've been in the cybersecurity field for 9 years now. I'm not 30 as of yet. I turned 30 this year. So yeah, I'm an ethical hacker in the cybersecurity missed your question, just ask it again, and I'm sure I'll come across it again. You are red. Why red team? It was the first thing that I got into. Well, actually, that's not true. So after college, I graduated and I was hired by Northrop Grumman. It was a government contracting company, Fortune 500 company. And they hired me on as a cyber architect. 7 months later, I applied for a position due to the scholarship that I got that helped me pay for college. That they wanted me to, the administrators of that scholarship wanted me to apply for new roles, apply for the companies that they were working with, right? So I did it, even though I already had a job. But that particular position was for a red team. At the time, I didn't even know what it was. I passed the interview. The person who was doing the interview, he was the CISO at the time. He liked me. We hit it off. Invited me to a position. He liked my work experience, and I was also getting my master's at the same time as well. So he respected that. And I joined them, and I figured out what exactly being a red team was, and man, changed my life. How was cybersecurity to learn? How long it take? How much it costs? How was cybersecurity to learn? How long it take? How much it costs? I don't understand that question, but I'm going to rephrase it in a way that I think you may have meant. I'm going to rephrase it into how hard was cybersecurity to learn. Cybersecurity is an umbrella term. It incorporates a lot of different domains. So you'll actually never learn everything about cybersecurity, especially considering cybersecurity constantly changes, right? So one thing you may learn today could be fixed tomorrow, and then another vulnerability or something what so have you is going to come out. Or, right, one of the biggest things that gets a lot of users is phishing campaigns, right? So figuring out how to constantly make those works, or we're moving from password to passwordless, right? So things of that nature within the cyberspace is constantly going to change. So you're going to constantly change along with it. This is not a field where you can learn and be static or stagnant. You're going to have to keep up. How do you feel about, let's see, I missed it. How do you feel about ISC2? They're doing free self-learning certs for cybersecurity. I actually don't mind them. Any organization that does things like that, I definitely applaud and try to be a part of that, or at least keep awareness of them. As long as you're making sure that you're going at your own pace, I think that's what matters. Also, I wouldn't say blindly sign up for organizations that's giving out certifications. You want to make sure that the certifications that you're getting is going to be catered to the career that you actually want, right? So, for example, I'm on a red team. I'm working under offensive security. So I'm only interested in certifications that's going to help me get better at exploiting vulnerabilities. I'm not interested in learning how to look at Splunk logs or learning how to digest logs on LStack, Kibana, what so have you, right? So I'm only interested in certifications that's going to help me out based on my career. Even when it comes to cloud certifications, a lot of the things that I test is in a cloud-based environment. So I am interested in getting things like AWS practitioner or AWS solutions architect, but that's only because a lot of the things that I would be attacking is going to be in the cloud environment. So it's going to help me with my career. But if it didn't help me with my career, I wouldn't be interested in it. So that's how I would think about certifications. Like if it's not going to help you with your career, then don't pay me no mind to it. I'm going laptop shopping. What laptop would you recommend? I'm bougie with the laptops. I can't help you. A laptop is the one area in life that I don't mind spending a bag on. So it's a little, actually, it's a solid laptop. I had this laptop when I was working for can I say that? A solid laptop is going to be a Dell XPS. And I think it's pretty good, especially for the cybersecurity field, because it's configurable, right? So you can swap out parts if you need it, if something breaks down. You can buy something with low RAM. Let's say you don't have enough money to get 64 gigabytes of RAM, right? So you have to settle for 8 or 16. Well, you can swap that out with a Dell XPS later on as you save up and make more money, etc. So it's really configurable. It's really solid. It was reliable for however long that I had it. So that's one of the laptops that I would suggest. I really like the Microsoft Surface. It's a little bit pricier, and Macs are always cool as well. There's nothing wrong with a Mac, to be honest, but yeah. What careers are in cybersecurity? You have so many different careers within cybersecurity. Actually, that was one of the topics of my first lecture. So cybersecurity is an umbrella term, and it incorporates a lot of different things. So you have system administrators, and a lot of people say, "Oh, how can system administrators be cyber related?" And you have to think about cybersecurity is basically protecting assets, right? So as a system administrator, the things that you do in order to configure your system is going to either enable people to attack it easily, or you're going to be more fortified. So system administrators, anything cloud related, IAMs, things of that nature. You got GRC, red team, blue team, SOC analysts. You got threat hunters, forensic analysts. You got a lot of different things. So you kind of got to do a little bit more research and pick and choose and figure out which one is going to work best for you. To start, is this a degree path or a series of certifications? Where to start? Are you talking about my class? Say, bruh, ask that question. Are you talking about my class specifically? My class specifically is a wide introduction on what I feel you need to know in order to best prepare yourself for the cybersecurity space, no matter the profession that you're going to do. So I'm going to be talking a lot about fundamentals. I'm going to be talking about networking. I'm going to be talking about virtualization. I'm going to be talking a little bit about coding. I'm definitely going to be talking about security concepts. And going past that, I'm going to be talking about interviewing tips, showing some of the interviews that I've been on, how I answer those questions, and how to differentiate yourself from like a beginner to a pro. I'm also going to be talking about salary negotiation. What can you expect in this field from a cybersecurity perspective? I'm going to be talking about how to create resumes, how to start networking a little bit better, because I see a lot of people making a lot of common mistakes, and I've interviewed a lot of people as well, so I'm kind of aware of what that process looks like. So this particular class is going to give you a really good introduction, but it is going to be on you to like keep on going further. Are you CE8 certified? I am, and I don't like that certification. But I got it because HR loves it. HR can't get enough of CE8. So as long as HR love it, I'm going to keep it. But yes, I am CE8 certified. No, I don't like EC Council. EC Council, if you're watching this, I could change my mind if you sponsor me. Let's see. they're talking technical as far as implementing security policies, right? Because there's a way you can implement security policies on Active Directory to affect all computers within your domain, right? So that's more so on the technical side of the house versus creating a security policy or looking at if you want to set risk. That's more so where you start to get into RMF, GRC type of stuff. So you have the technical and non-technical parts of that. But as long as it's technical and as long as you want to be technical and they are teaching you technical, then I think that'll be okay. All right. What's the best way to find consulting or GovTech jobs? usajobs.gov. Yeah, usajobs.gov is for, I think, a lot of civilian roles. But when it comes to government contracting roles, like, I'm going to be honest, everybody bashes LinkedIn. I don't think they're using it right. LinkedIn is cool for me. Like, LinkedIn, Indeed, they get the job done. In government contracting, I even add on, I think it's called cleared search, or something of that nature. If I had it in front of me, I'd be able to look. I'll go look up that and try to report that back later on. But like, as far as government contracting companies, those are super easy to find. Honestly, you can just go to Google, type in available for clearance or something like that, and then put in jobs, put that in quotes. And that's just going to pull up companies by themselves. And then it's on you to do research on which ones you want to apply to or not. But there are tons of government contracting companies, and I can name them off, right? Like Boeing, Radiance, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed, like Dark Wolf Solutions, Peraton, however you say that word. There's a ton. You just gotta IBM missiles. You just gotta start doing a little bit more research. Are my classes intro plus to network Cisco? Are you asking me? Are my classes plus intro to network Cisco? I think Twitch, I need you to re-ask that question. I'm a little confused on that. Is the link on this page to learn? Is there a link on this page? If so, ignore it. This is like my first time setting up live. So I'm not really sure if I did a good job on that or not. So if there's any link on here, please ignore it. All right. In my first year of BS in science, cybersecurity, any coding and study tips? Yes, here's a big one. Do not use ChatGPT. Yo, so recently there's been like a whole wave of people saying CS is cooked. And after talking to a lot of people, because I mentee as well, I mentor people from time to time in different programs. After talking to a lot of younger folks who are in these classes, they're using ChatGPT to do literally everything. It's almost like a crutch. And don't get me wrong, AI is the future. You should be learning AI, but there is a way to utilize AI, right? And if you should be able to create a program from start to finish without relying on AI at all. Please don't let that become a crutch, because those same ones who are saying, oh, CS is cooked, we can't get jobs, or the same ones who can't tell me how to print out hello world in multiple languages. Like, please don't. Please start from scratch and build up from there. Algorithms is going to be a good class if you want to be a software engineer and carry that into the cyber security field, mainly because a lot of software engineer interviews are going to be based off of algorithms. Do you have cybersecurity classes, like real ones in real life that I actually teach besides Hillman Talk and what I'm doing now? No. My professional day job is just as a penetration tester, and I'm going to get into bug bounty eventually, but that's pretty much where I'm standing. Lee, you said thank you. No problem. I think that means I did a good job answering your questions, so I'm happy with that. Twitch, you said intro to network. Cisco's was another class. Yes, that actually would be a cool one. So when I tell people to learn the fundamentals of networking, I tell them usually I say get your Network Plus, because your Network Plus is agnostic to, is that the right word? The Network Plus is vendor independent. That's probably a better word, right? Cisco is obviously a vendor. They're talking about like Cisco products. The CCNA is going to be a certification. However, I think the Cisco CCNA or whatever is coming from that class is really good. Even though it's specifically on Cisco products, you're still learning a lot about networking fundamentals and how to configure routers, configure switches, configure hubs, right? How to set up different shares and things like that. I think you can get a lot of knowledge from that. I have Sec Plus, or this is Niner, bruh. I have Sec Plus, Net Plus, AWS, CCP, no Linux. I should get an offer for a help desk role soon. I don't know. Well, I can guess. Help desk is kind of like the starter. Historically, it's been like the starter role for cybersecurity, but you have to understand cybersecurity as a field is like relatively new. The internet is new if you think about it. And when the internet was created, there was no cyber protection mindset being baked into a lot of how we connect on our computers or the web applications that we use. And because of that, if you were hacking in like the early 2000s, man, you had a ball. So but with that being said, though, since cybersecurity is relatively new, a lot of people back in the day, they were help desk if they wanted to start off as like a system administrator or something like that. I don't think you have to start off as a help desk person now. I've seen plenty of entry-level roles for like ethical hackers. There's definitely entry-level roles for a SOC analyst. And I'm pretty sure that's the same way for like cloud positions as well. So if you want to start off in a help desk, cool, go for it. Do I think that's necessary? Absolutely not. And I personally wouldn't. Not to diss help desk. I just wouldn't. Look at universities as well for cybersecurity jobs. They are always doing RDT&E as well. Exactly. And here's the thing. Some of my internships came from like talking to professors. I live in Huntsville. If you know anything about Huntsville, we have a base out here, Arsenal. Redstone is a big base, right? And a lot of the professors down here, they work with Redstone in some type of way, whether they're working on missiles, a lot of it is missiles, defense and contracting, and tanks, right? So, but a lot of professors or satellites is also very big down here too. But a lot of professors are working with different bases, RDT&E, like you said. So, and it doesn't just have to be military, right? Some professors are doing projects on their own, but like getting in collaboration with them, right, is going to be everything. West Rome, you guys are getting exposed to the fact that I can't talk for real. Let's see. What did you say? I'm sorry, I had to skip past you. And I'm going to go. Ladies who is interested in tech, there is a group called Control Plus Her with mentors, certs, and studies. Love that shout out. Black Girls Code is another one as well. That's more so about coding and everything like that. But man, and that's another thing that I want from this class. I want everybody to share resources so that way we can all learn and grow together. Where would you start on ground zero? If I was starting all over, and you're going to see me preach this like in and out for the remainder of this class. If I had to start all over, I didn't have a job and I wanted to get into cybersecurity, and let's say I'm in a university as well, what would I do? First, I would attend a university. I know that you don't have to attend a university in order to get into cybersecurity. However, I think for me, it'll be easier just to knock that out. But also at the same time, I've ran into situations where people weren't getting promotions that they wanted, especially the government side of the house, because they didn't have the accolades or the pedigree that they needed when it comes to degrees, right? So they could be like an experienced veteran with 12 years of experience, but they are still getting passed up because they don't have a piece of paper. So I just go ahead and get that piece of paper. And I take it further and get a master's as well because everybody's competitive. Would I go for a doctorate? No, because I wouldn't want to, but I take it all the way up to a master's. And while I am in school, I'd also be working on specific certifications. I figure out what exactly I want to do. I'm just going to say if I wanted to be a hacker, right? Because that's within cybersecurity. So while I'm working on a degree, I also be focusing on getting certifications that relate to what I want to do hacking wise, right? So I get my Network Plus and I get my Security Plus. Just basically because those are fundamentals, they have to happen. While I'm in school, I'm also touching base with a lot of teachers, a lot of professors, trying to figure out, hey, do you have any side projects that you're working on that you need help with? If so, I'm your man, especially when it comes to summer research, because that's a lot with what I did as well. And it worked out great. Plus you get paid and you learn. So, and you put all that on your resume. And a lot of people don't have anything to put on their resume as when they graduate either, which is a problem. I'd also be working on projects. Any project that I did inside of school, I'm throwing that on my resume. But I'm also looking at side projects as well, trying to figure out how can I contribute, set up a GitHub repository, throw things on there. I wouldn't be looking for things I can do in a day. I'm not talking about create a calculator. That's not going to cut it. I'm talking about like, can I take Nmap output and put that into like a visualization tool, and then have that or render basically all the ports that are open on the network and connect that to IPs. I'm talking about like a project, right? So yeah. I have a Sec Plus and I'm wondering as a tier 2 computer, and I'm working as a tier 2 computer service tech, what should I do next? What do you want to do next? Farquad Squire. I don't want to sound like I'm being hard or anything like that, but like, what do you want to do next? And then from there, let's work backwards. Cisco was hard. Yeah, I could feel that. Probably worth it though. Any tips for the Sec Plus? I love Messer, but I want more to study. You know, Messer and the actual Security Plus book were the only things that I used to study, to be honest with you. I got the book from Barnes and Nobles. It's really just the Security Plus book that they have. So those were the only two resources that I need. I personally think they were the only two resources that I need. I think that they're the only resources that most people need. Because the Security Plus book that I got, it does come with, it came with like practice questions and things of that nature, right? So, yeah, you just got to put the work in and be studious. Are you in the DC area? No, I'm in the Huntsville, Alabama earlier. Southern boy. All right. Have you watched any of the Professor Messer videos on YouTube? He does go in depth for classes. Ari said that for the Security Plus. Yeah, see, and yeah, so Professor Messer would be really the only thing that not the 256 Bulldog. Oh, are you from the 256? Who is this? What's wrong? What is this? Work from home boutique? You from the 256? You from the 256? Unfortunately, I'm not a bulldog. So I actually, man, I always hesitate on giving out information like this because it's like, I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I don't know, just being aware of who has access to everything. But I went to UAH, so technically I'm a Charger. A lot of friends are Bulldogs though. I think of A&M very well in my head. So let's see. Hey is the group on TikTok at Restroom. Hey is the group on TikTok. I don't understand that question unless we're talking about this cybersecurity course, and all of the videos that I'm having is going to be on TikTok. I think they are creating one, but it's an FB group in Discord. If that's in regards to Hillman Tot, man, if y'all know the Hillman Tot Discord, if y'all could float that to me, I'd be appreciative because I don't know it and I couldn't find it. And I started doing this Hillman Tot 101, and at first, you know, it was kicks and giggles, and then they created a course list. So I tried to put this on the course list, but I'm not sure if I did a good job of that. So I don't know. I have every intention of teaching this like a real class though. So you're going to get some good stuff. Have you watched Professor Messer? He goes in depth. He does. I agree. Oh, am I late? You're never too late. Never too late. Let's see. What? You're in the Huntsville area as well? Nah, that's crazy. Hold on. Let me actually look at the Jalinda. Okay. What we got? Work from home boutique. Bet. Nice. What area are you in? Oh, well, you don't have to answer that because this is like a little public thing. But 256, go strong. Are you a native? Did you grow up here? Did you move here? Did you go to A&M? Okay. All right. I got questions. I rarely meet anybody from the 256 area, especially online. That means my thing's getting real local. All right, let's see. Am I missing anybody else's questions? Let's see. Keep floating the questions if you can. I am trying my best to look at all of these. I think I'm answering everybody as they come in though. All right, cool. I think I'm caught up on the questions. I keep on sending them my way. 4:43, so we got like 17 more minutes. Question I have and I want to transition to cybersecurity. I have logistics and procurement background. Oh, that's actually really dope. Let me see. Okay, cool. All right, so you want to transition into cybersecurity. You have clearance. and you are coming from a logistics and procurement background. So I think the question is, do you want to transition into a cybersecurity role that's technical or non-technical? Because both of those things are going to require different things from you. I'm not really sure what your skill sets are as a logistician, right? I want to say, coming from that background, that you would go really well within a more so non-technical role, specifically like GRC, audit and compliance, and things of that nature. You're going to be tracking a lot and communicating a lot with like analysts and things like that. But without knowing too much about what a logistician does, besides that, I wouldn't be able to get anything shipped to my house without them, then I wouldn't know how to tell you which role specifically you should be transitioning to. If you have a passion and you want to go into the technical roles as well, I want to know where you're starting from, what's your baseline understanding when it comes to networks, when it comes to computers, etc. That clearance is definitely going to help you out, because honestly, you can switch to whatever job you want. You just have to be okay with probably moving or something of that nature. But yeah, how do you feel about the Poor Schools? How do I feel about the Poor Scholars Boot Camp? Not technical, I hate coding. See? I just felt like, and I was right. All right, cool. But how do I feel about the Poor Scholars Boot Camp? I don't know anything about any boot camps. I'm seeing a lot more people going through boot camps specifically for sales engineering and things of that nature. Personally, I'm not a boot camp type person, and it could be the bias from going to a university, but more so, a lot of people that I see who go to boot camps, they just don't end up getting jobs or doing well, or they could have just done better on their own, learning on their own. So I'm only a fan of boot camps that place you in a job, that don't get paid until you get a job. If the boot camp isn't doing that, I just ignore it completely. Other than that, if it comes to like a review on a boot camp, I mean, I haven't taken any boot camp, so I wouldn't know. You have to do the research on that yourself. But if the boot camp is not the boot camp is waiting for payment after they place you, cool. If they're saying pay me up front and you'll get the job later on, I wouldn't do that at all. Non-technical, I hate coding. I have a BS in cybersecurity policy management. Yes, that is okay. So yeah, I definitely place you like within that GRC route. Now, if you want to get some practice in like GRC, risk audits, frameworks, and things of that nature, right? So try hackme.com, TRYHACKME.com. They had an event, I'm putting people on that, called 2024 Advent of Cyber. You got to create a Try Hack Me account, and it's completely free. And you can find that Advent of Cyber. And one of those modules, courses that they had was a GRC module, where you were basically looking at a network and analyzing that network, figuring out what type of risk were associated with it, making sure everything was compliant, seeing if there were anything that you were okay with, creating risk scores and things of that nature. So I think that was a really good module if you are interested in it, and it's completely free. And if you take it and you like it, they also have a module that's more so paid for, but it's nothing crazy, right? You're not spending hundreds of dollars. It's like $10, $20, but it's still going to teach you more in-depth knowledge. So that's the route I go if I wanted to learn more about GRC, besides just like trying to network and connect with people who are already in that field. I don't really know that much about GRC, just besides the fact that it's non-technical. I used to do risk management framework back in the day. Basically, all that is creating a spreadsheet of, you're running Nessus scans on an environment. You're taking those Nessus scans. You're trying to figure out which ones are accurate, which ones are not. You're creating a big spreadsheet of things that are within your network that needs to be fixed, the risk scores, the severity, the impacts if they aren't fixed, etc. You're communicating with analysts. You're trying to figure out the remediation, seeing if you can close off some of the risks that were exposed on that spreadsheet. And then you're throwing all of that into what they call a POAM, plans of actions and milestones, trying to figure out what's acceptable to the company, what's not acceptable to the company, etc. So I did a little bit of that back in the day for about 7-8 months or so. Are you going to make a Discord for your class? I can see this going far. West Rome. I did this class on a whim, and everything I'm doing, I'm putting together. So I didn't think about making a Discord, but I definitely can if that's something that the class would be interested in. Because the next thing I got to do is put together office hours, and I plan on doing that this week. And so let's see. Oh, per Scholars is free? I mean, if it's free and the stuff that they're offering is legit, then sure. Uh, I want a GRC analyst. I prefer private. I've been government for 10 years. You prefer private, and by because I always confuse it. Is government private or is it? No, government is a private. Government is the public sector, and then private would be the regular companies, right? So if you prefer private, there is, and I think Simone B just came out and talked about it. I applied to Amazon once too, and they told me the same thing. Companies like Amazon that have government contracting, or they're trying to get government services, assets, etc., loaded up onto their network through AWS, etc. They pay heavy if you already have a clearance, if you're coming up with a clearance, especially if it's like a higher up. Like I had a TS, but I didn't have the poly to go with it or anything like that, nor would I want a poly or anything to go with it. So if I wanted to go private, I definitely hit up some of these big companies that's trying to get government to branch over to them, because they're paying you hella money for it, and they also give you, like when I was talking to Amazon, it seemed as if they wanted to give me a preference for it. The only reason I didn't want to go that route is because they wanted me to move to like the DC area, and I didn't want to do that. So, all right. If Per Scholars is free and they're, I feel like Per Scholars is good for people with no prior experience in the field. Okay, so and there you go. There's somebody who answers that a little bit as well. I'm saying if Per Scholars is free and they have like a good solid foundation as far as their classes, then fine. I just don't want, what I really want to avoid is people paying for something and not getting that thing that they pay for, which is also why I don't want to like make this course. I've seen some other creators saying that they're going to do the Hillman Talk and put it behind a paywall. I don't want this to be, I really want this to be like an opportunity to give back. And if you don't like what I'm teaching, I want to use that as like an opportunity for me to refine what I'm doing. But I also don't want people to feel as if they're wasting time, and more specifically, money, not in this economy. So let's see. What are your class hours? Found you on my For You page, but I'm enrolled now. Bet. Love the For You page. So I'm dropping videos on TikTok on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Is either going to be videos or it's going to be lives like this, where I take you along about the content that I dropped on those prior 2 days. The TikToks is going to be the shorter lectures because of the time frame that you can upload on TikToks. And I also have a YouTube, which is in my bio. And I'm going to be dropping the longer form of contents on my YouTube channel. So it's going to be way heavily more technical, and it's going to act as like supplementary videos to what we're doing on TikToks. All right, let's see. Where does our class start? We're starting off with networking fundamentals next week. Also, I'm going to be having you guys download some virtualization tools, creating a little bit of a home lab, if you will. We're going to start off small. I'm only going to need you to have like one operating system. So you're either going to get familiar with VirtualBox or VMware, whatever's going to work for your system. You don't need too much computing power, but it is going to take a little bit. But yeah, we're starting off with networking, and we're going to go from there, because I definitely want to get you guys started up with them fundamentals. Because I think no matter if you're technical or non-technical, if you're in cybersecurity, I feel like every person within that field should have some type of, at least a high level understanding, right? Even the CISOs, the ISOs, etc., people who haven't been technical for a while, at least a high level understanding, because you're going to be communicating with people who have a very deep technical knowledge, and you don't want them looking at you like you're an idiot, because they will, because a lot of people in the cybersecurity field are rude, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I work with military intel, so I've been trying to get mentors and network. If you've been trying to get mentors, another place you can check out is Blacks in Cyber, BIC. I mentored for them last year. They're a really cool group. What they do is, and this is completely for free, they pair you with somebody who's actually in the field that you want to go, if they have that person, right? And they have a wide variety of people. So I was paired with somebody who's in the more so defensive side. They're an analyst, but they were interested in penetration testing. I'm a penetration tester, so they got with me. There were people who were in cloud. They got paired with cloud people, etc. It's a wide range of people. They all look like us, sound like us, talk like us. But you know, it's open to everybody. But it was cool. When does that class start? Like I said, Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going into it next week. All right, I'm trying to get into tech. Where should I start? You should start here. You should start here if you're trying to get into tech. Yes, regular companies. All right, cool. What are your class hours? I answer that. I'll help if you need a TA. Oh, that's dope. I appreciate that. Start by doing research on what you want to do. Yeah, absolutely. I'm enrolling. Okay, Maria. Nice, nice. Yeah, appreciate you for enrolling. Welcome to the class. We are starting off strong. Yeah, polygraphs are brutal. I failed. This is Taj. Yeah. So I got the TS and that was cool. Went from secret to TS. But I had a friend who he said they flew him up to DC, but it was very intimidating. And because it was in polygraphs, you can't even use polygraphs in courts. But they just register a lot of things going on inside of you. But the agents were making him nervous. So therefore his nerves got activated. He's an anxious guy and he failed that first time. And you only have a certain amount of times to fail before they just get rid of you completely. So yeah, if you get the poly, the full scopes and everything like that, brutal. But look, they pay you to maintain those. I guess the wraparound time for that is shorter though as well, right? Because secret lasts for I want to say 10 years. TS lasts for 5 or something like that before you have to get reinvestigated or whatever. So I wonder if it's shorter for poly. You did yours in Afghanistan. Yeah, see? Yeah, I don't even want to do that. Let's see. Me too. I volunteer as a TA, also lead. I appreciate that. I'm going to take notes of this so that way I can come back and actually write that down. What was the program you mentioned for the $10? I'm not sure. I love VMware, same. I think VMware is actually kind of crucial. VMware containers as well. AnyCali, absolutely. For West Rome, you asked, am I going to be doing AnyCali? Absolutely. Especially that last week. I said this is an 8-week program, but that last week is a bonus week. I'm a penetration tester. I'm a hacker. I'm going to be showing a lot of hacking things, a lot of the tool sets, and Kali is going to be heavily included in that. I paid $15,000 for a course through college, but got dropped when I was turned away from doing my certs. See, yeah, no. And $15,000 is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's absolutely not. Can you drop the name one more time for the mentors? Blacks in Cyber, BIC. B as in boy, I as in international, C as in country. Oh my God, is that the GOAT? It's the GOAT calling me the GOAT. Hey man, I love it. I appreciate you for tuning in. I love your TikToks. They actually really funny. So I appreciate you for tuning in, man. What was the name of the mentor group? Blacks in Cyber, BIC. I just joined. I know Monday and Wednesday, but what are the times? Sorry if I missed. I post in the morning times. That's when a lot of people are logging in. I'm assuming that's mainly because that's before work, and the TikToks are like easy to consume before work, right? So I'm posting on Mondays and Wednesdays in the morning time on TikTok. I'll be uploading those to YouTube as well. And before the classes start, I should have supplementary videos uploaded on YouTube as well, creating the playlist for that. So in the videos, I'll be telling you all the information. By the way, in case it was missed, in lecture 2, I'm giving everybody who's enrolled in this class the opportunity to to win a voucher, a value of $600 or less. With that, you could like use that to pay for the Security Plus or the Network Plus, or maybe whatever other voucher you want to go for. But the details on how to get started in that is in lecture 2. That's on my TikTok and the YouTube, and people have already started competing. So yeah, go for that. Can you talk about a cybersecurity underwriter and what is the best way to get started? I don't know what an underwriter is. And again, cybersecurity is a big field. So there are some positions that I just haven't came across. Underwriter sounds kind of like I came across technical writers. We use a lot of those for like reports and things that we need. I'm new to ethical hacking, but I need some suggestions on where I learn and practice. So if you want to practice ethical hacking, if you're thinking about it, it has a lot of different domains: APIs, web, network, IoT, car, and very recently AI and cloud as well. So there's a lot of different domains. Start in web. And if you want to start in web, go to portswigger.com. Port, P-O-R-T, SWIGGER.com. And that's going to set you up with a lot of modules, and they have labs that you can use and engage in as well, completely free. They're the creators of Burp Suite, which is a very popular / important tool, proxy, that a lot of cybersecurity people use, especially if they're hackers or something like that. Raj, you said thank you. Yeah, no problem. I'm here to help. Any last minute questions before we got to end this one? Would you be teaching coding? I'm diving a little bit into coding. It's nothing like what you're going to be getting from an actual professor. However, here's the thing about this course that I'm holding. I am not diving deep into anything in particular because everything can be a course on its own. That's just that by itself, right? What I am doing though, you can think about me as like an index. Everything I'm going to do is going to be showing you like an introductory level. I'm going to get you started and maybe go a little bit further, slightly advanced just in some of the domains I'm going to be teaching, but definitely getting you started in a lot of the places that I'm talking about. And then from there, I'm also going to be giving you the resources that I think is going to help you advance that further if you want to. So if you're actually serious about it, the resources that I'm going to be floating your way, they're gonna make a difference and they're gonna be useful to you. So don't worry when it comes to coding and everything like that. I'll go and I'll research some of the people that I use that showed me how to actually get things up in a way that I like, because not everybody can be a good teacher, right? Networking, the hardest concept for me to understand, man, you talking to the right one, because networking, I like things to be explained to me like I don't know crap. We talking about calculus. No. Let's break it down to what 2 + 2 is. So that's how I try my best to explain things. Next week we talking about networking, so we got you covered there, or at least some of the basic fundamental concepts, right? So, that is the end of this question and answer. I'm going to I uploaded the previous one on my YouTube page. My YouTube is in my bio. It's JayByteBank, JayByteBank. But that's on my profile. So you can just go ahead and click that. I'm going to upload this one to there as well. All of these are going to be in the playlist. I think I labeled it TikTok Cybersecurity 101, something similar to that. Or your lectures live will be recorded. Yep, these lives are recorded and they're going on the YouTube channel, so that way you can have those. So with that being said, so subscribe to the YouTube channel so that way you can get them. With that being said, this has been a great set of questions. I think one thing that we learned here is that I don't know the answer to everything, but you guys are a resource as well. So make sure that you're utilizing people within my comment section, because you guys are dropping good knowledge too. So with that being said, peace, love, and chicken grease, like they say, and I'll talk to you all later.